There's a point watching Sister Wives where you can see early on, and by season 4, the root problem that many of the Sister Wives have with their relationships and how to deal with their relationships. To me, it speaks to a bigger issue or a larger issue in the sense that there's so many people who just get horrible advice from their friends and family when it comes to relationships, how to conduct these relationships, how to be successful. One of the worst pieces of advice that I think I've seen in a long time actually comes from Meri when she's talking to Christine about Christine's relationship with her husband Kody and how they are dealing with one another. Speaking as a friend, Meri's advice to her actually strongly reminds me of a lot of this stuff that you hear coming out of the manosphere or red pill community, where they say basically everything that happens is a woman's fault. She has to learn to deal with her own emotions, be accountable to what it is she did wrong, and leave the man out of it. If it's her problem, her issues, then she needs to learn to deal with it herself. And I think that in a relationship, if you have problems, it makes sense for you to want to address your issues and your problems. I don't have any complaints or disagreement with that. However, if you're in a relationship and you have a problem with your partner, or a friendship, you have a problem with your friend, or even parent to child relationships or siblings, and you have a problem with somebody else, then it makes absolutely no sense for you to try to figure out those problems by yourself, because at the end of the day, you aren't in a relationship alone. One of the strongest things that you can say about any relationship is that one person or one party can't make a relationship work. If one person is giving 100% of everything they have towards that relationship and the other person is coming in half-assed, then the relationship won't work. If you're giving everything you have to your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and that person isn't showing up for your relationship, they're just absent, then your relationship is going to fail. Point blank, period, the end. That conversation is very short. If anything, instead of Meri telling Christine that she needs to hide back her feelings and conceal how she feels and hide it and smile and try to make Kody's time with her as pleasant as possible, then as opposed to doing that, what she needed to instruct Christine to do was, Christine, you need to sit him down and have a conversation with him. You need to hammer out what it is you have a problem with. If he's not coming around enough and he's not showing up, and when he does come around, he's not present, he may physically be there, but he may be emotionally and mentally checked out in somewhere else. And if that's the case, then he's not doing what's necessary in order to make the relationship work. And if he's not doing that and he's not putting that kind of investment into it, then the relationship is going to fail. And you have what happened in season 17 where he's standing on the porch talking about the knife and the kidneys and all that craziness, where he blames her and says that you need to look at the big picture and look beyond me. No, you can't make the relationship about you. And as we'll see in a couple clips that I've put together from season 4, where Meri is talking to Christine, what we'll see is that Kody didn't arrive at this position where he is the center of the Brown family universe alone. He had accomplices. And to that regard, Meri is one of his accomplices. Let's take a look at something that she had to say.
Until you start changing and you start improving and doing things better, it's not going to make a difference.
Okay, but at what point does he realize he's made mistakes too?
It's hard for guys, Christine, to come back and say, I was wrong.
It's like I have to do everything one-sided then. I have to fix me.
You do.
And it's just one-sided then.
It might be a while, but yeah.
That's crazy as hell. So basically, no matter what he does wrong or what he's doing, you got to fix you because you're the problem. He's not the problem. He's perfect. Everything that he does is okay. And if you want to spend time with him, then you have to kowtow and bow down and change who you are so that you have the benefit and the pleasure of spending time with him, because frankly, he's worth way more than you are. His time, his attention is more important than your time and your attention. Even though you're in a relationship together, he's the one that everything should be centered around. And that in and of itself is ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous comment.
So I just have to pretend that everything's okay?
No, you don't pretend that. But you make the best of it when you're together and you figure out another way to work through your own issues without putting it all on him.
And that's my point, is that instead of you focusing on how you can make your relationship better with him, because you know he's your partner, he's the person you're in the relationship with, you need to do it yourself. Figure out your problems and your issues and don't involve him, because I mean, he's only in a relationship with you. Why would you involve somebody who is a partner in a business? For instance, if you take it out of the romantic sense and you put the marriage itself in a civil agreement or contract, which basically what it is, but it's a civil basic agreement or contract where there are two businesses. What kind of business partner would you be if the bottom was falling out of your business, you're losing money hand over fist, month after month, week after week, and you never go and talk to your partner about it? What kind of business partner would you be? Would people say, wow, that business partner was really courageous. He kept telling his friend and his partner that everything was okay, that they were in the black, while meanwhile they were having a fire sale because they were about to lose everything. Wow, what a great person. Hell no. What's going to happen is somebody going to wind up in jail. Like, if this was a business arrangement, somebody would be going to jail. You would possibly be getting, not only, if you don't go to jail, you're definitely going to get sued. Because you're failing your business. If you don't include the people as to what is going on, the status of what's happening in your relationship, then you're failing your relationship. I guarantee you, the same way Meri will sit there and say, oh, well, you know, you need to just let that go. And if Kody wants to do what he wants to do, blah, 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 don't trouble him with your problems. Okay, I can't trouble him with my problems, but I bet you money, I bet you my last nickel, that if Christine would have went out and she bought a lottery ticket and she hit the jackpot, I bet you Kody will want to know all about that. And my point is that you can't share in the good times if you're not willing to go suffer through the bad times with me. We're in this together. And if it's a relationship and you want to pretend, because that's what it is, you want to pretend that you have marriages and that you have these relations, these sacred relationships and bonds with each other, then you need to make sure that you honor that relationship and honor that bond that you have with the other person. My name is James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm out.